Today we're going to continue with all of the amazing animals we got to see at the butterfly garden, and here my girlfriend is actually feeding some lorikeets. Lorikeets are a type of parrot that primarily feed off of nectar, and you would get a little cup poured with nectar and they would come flying from all over the enclosure just to feed on it. Here I actually got to hold them myself. They climbed up on my arm and it was an amazing experience feeling them on me, getting to see them up close and just being able to appreciate their overall beauty. If you look closely, there are actually two different types of lorikeets in the enclosure. These were more darkly colored and had dark wings, as you can see right here, with yellow feathers on their neck. And the second type of lorikeet is actually much brighter. They have a bright orange patch on their throat and their head is almost all blue, which looks absolutely incredible. Now, due to their brightly colored feathers, lorikeets are pretty common in the pet trade, but they're actually really loud birds, so they end up getting rehomed quite often or given up by these owners. I'm pretty sure all of the birds in this enclosure were actually rescues, so I'm very glad that they got a second chance and they get to interact with people on a regular basis. As we exited the lorikeet enclosure, we saw this super cool lizard which was bopping up and down and kept extending a patch on its throat. I'm guessing it was a male and it did that to attract a mate. As we continued along, we saw this amazing white and yellow butterfly. Its wings were almost translucent, and then we got to see even more birds. These two were feeding on a little bowl of seeds that was in the middle of a stand, but then we got to see some more in a tree pretty up close. They had yellow on their bottom, then a white throat patch, and their face was red with blue and green behind their head. I had never seen anything quite like it before, so that was super cool. And then we went into another bird enclosure which had a lot of parakeets. These are the same types of birds that you generally see in pet shops, and they were pretty friendly. Even though you couldn't get to hold them, they would let you walk up pretty close to them. Now, although these aren't animals, this was one of the coolest sections in the entire butterfly garden. They had an entire portion of it dedicated to passion flowers. Now, passion flowers actually produce a fruit that you can eat, but here they had some incredible color variations that they were experimenting on with crossbreeding and seeing how the genetics interacted with each other. Even though passion flowers are generally purple like this one you see right here, they had a ton of red varieties, some pink ones as well, and the shapes were completely different too. This sort of made me want to try to grow some myself, even though they're a tropical plant, so I might try that in the near future. As you continued on, you saw even more butterflies, and of course we got to see some of our favorite animals of all, some ants. In this butterfly feeder, there were actually ants feeding off of the sugar water that was meant for the butterflies. You can see one drinking right here, but the ants were smart enough to steal it for themselves, and they were clearly having a really good time. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed, and please be sure to subscribe because next week we're finally feeding my tarantula. She's all settled into her new home and she's ready to eat some roaches, so you're not going to want to miss it.